Hey there, Jimmy. Here's your machine, the Breville Oracle Touch. As you saw in the photos, this machine has been used very lightly and it has scratches. But in this video, I'll demonstrate that everything works fine. Before the video, I was just testing the machine super quickly, figuring out the correct grind size, and it works perfectly. In terms of the components, you may not see from the camera, but I'm actually using my own bean hopper, I'm using my own portafilter and my own tray, and I'm also going to be using my own milk jug. I want to make your box full of water and milk and coffee, so I'm going to try my best to minimize all the dirt. Here's your drip tray. It's nice and clean, of course. But yeah, in this video I'll be making a latte, so I'll be testing grinding, so the grinding and tamping, brewing, and also the milk frothing. I'll quickly show you my routine. I like to get my cup, put it underneath the machine, and extract some water. That's going to warm up the portafilter. It's also going to warm up the cup. If you leave the machine plugged in and turned on for about 5 or 10 minutes, so 5 or 10 minutes after it's reached temperature, it'll actually be nice and hot as well. So if you keep the portafilter locked in, all the heat from the group head, or the block of metal connecting to the boiler, all of that will be transferred onto the portafilter, and the portafilter will be nice and hot in about 10 minutes time. You can also put your cups on top. This top tray, or the lid itself, is made of metal, and it actually gets heat right from the boilers. They radiate heat inside the machine, and you can put your cups on top, maybe 1 or 2 cups. Okay, so my routine, very simple. I like to do a quick warm up. So this will give me hot water right from hot water into the cup. That's going to warm up the internals if they're not fully warm. It's going to warm up the portafilter and the cup. And if there's any coffee grounds or oils, that's going to clean it up. It's a bit of a flush as well. So you can let it go for the full 30-second duration. I'll just stop it there. Next, take out the portafilter and dry it. Because this is an automated tamp and dosing system, it needs the coffee to be dry, otherwise it will play up a little bit. So make sure you dry those. This is a double basket. Your machine comes with a single and double. I would highly recommend you use the double. Unless you have a health reason preventing you from having caffeine, I would use the double. It's more consistent, it'll taste better as well. And it's a standard as well. I like to measure the inputs and outputs just for my curiosity. You don't have to. This is an automatic machine, so that means the audience for this machine is people who just want to relax and make a coffee really easily. Not everyone wants to measure every gram of coffee going in and out. But for my curiosity, I like to measure things. So I'm going to do that. I'll measure the input in terms of how much we grind, or how much the machine doses, really. And I'm also going to measure the output, how much coffee comes out of the cup. One of the things that you need to figure out on any espresso machine, really, is the grind size. So the grind size is how coarse or how fine the coffee particles are. So a large grind size on this machine means the coffee is larger and the particles are larger, and so that means the flow will be quicker. A finer grind size, or a smaller number, will mean that the coffee will be slower. So we'll make a coffee now, we'll have a look, but I think it should be around 10 to 15 with these beans, from experience. I had to do a couple test shots before, just having a look at the grind size, and yeah, it was larger, so I had to go down all the way to 15. Well, you might need to go down a bit more, but that's not important. We'll have to make a coffee first to know what the correct grind size is. Okay, dosing. I'm going to make sure the scale is on 0 just to measure the input. Should be about 20 to 22 grams, give or take. So really important, add some beans to your coffee. Just get rid of this. Make sure to add some beans, because if you don't, you won't get coffee. Okay. Sure. to get rid of all of the residual coffee. You know what? So that's a bit of the old grind size and the old coffee that I had. I tried grind size 25, I think, before, and then I changed it to 15 because 25 was too large. So we'll make a coffee at grind size 15 now. Okay, I promise this is the last time I'll try this. Right. Great. So, nicely tamped coffee. Sometimes there's a bit of loose coffee on the edges, and that's totally normal. It happens with every oracle I've seen. Just wipe them off. And if we measure, let's see if I'm right. So this is 22.5. So basically what I was expecting, this machine will dose 20 to 22 grams, which is actually quite a strong shot. You may or may not like that. If you ever wanted to change, you can always go inside and change the dose a little bit, but I think it's fine. This will make a nice strong coffee. And like I said, we don't know if this is the correct grind size. If you make a coffee and a lot of coffee comes out, so if you start a shot now and a lot of espresso comes out, for example, this much, that's too much, I would say. And that means we need to slow it down. We need to grind finer. On the other hand, if nothing comes out or very little come out, so very few drops come out, that means we have too little coffee because the grind size is too fine, it's too small. So we need to increase the grind size to make the water flow more quickly inside the puck, inside the coffee granules. So that's what we need to figure out in this video. I don't have too much time. I know you're on the way now, so I'll try to make this quick. Vamos ver, Alison. Okay. Right, I'm going to split this coffee into two because I'll give the other one to my dad. But basically, you have two spouts. You can use 1 cup. Most people do that. Just 1 coffee, 1 strong drink. Or 2, you can divide it into 2 weak drinks. So, just want to make sure that I did put my scale on 0, and I have, yep. Then we'll start the shot. In the meantime, I'll go put some milk. This is a dual boiler machine. You can always have steam. Looks like we are choking the machine. Looks like the grind size is a bit too fine actually. So I'll need to stop. Yep. I'll need to stop. And then I'll increase it to maybe grind size 20 and make a coffee there. Yeah, it should be fine. We have time. Get my knockbox. Wow, the temp is really strong, so you have to hit it quite hard. Okay, quickly flush. Should be enough. And then I'll quickly change the grind size to 20. One thing that not a lot of people know is that you should always purge when you change the grind size. So if you change up a little bit or down a little bit, purge. Because what might happen is that you can get confused. Oh, sorry, the machine can retain a little bit of coffee and confuse you. When it retains coffee, it retains the old coffee, the old grind size. So now I can't just straight away use this grind size. I have to grind for 2 or 3 seconds just to get rid of the old grind size. To keep things fresh. Should be enough. Let's use grind size 18. That looks a little bit better. There we go. Okay. We don't want to jump too large because I think 5 numbers is a big jump, so I might actually use 18 instead of 20. Right. And third time's the charm. Let's make a coffee with grind size 18. All done. Let's have a look. Again, a bit of loose coffee, but if we measure it, it should be close to what we said. 21 grams. That makes perfect sense to me because you grind larger, you fit less coffee. We'll lock it in. Put the cups underneath. Make sure that the scale is on 0, and so Breville wants you to use this machine to its full potential, so it's better to do the steaming while you're brewing. That looks really good. That's much better. So it flows nice and consistent between the two spouts. It's going at an appropriate rate, I would say. Not too quick, not too slow. Looks like we're on track to getting a really good shot at last. I'll quickly add some milk to my milk jug. Yeah, that's a lot of crema. And it stops at 30 seconds. That's the standard for the double shot. I think the single shot goes for 25, but of course you can change it to whatever length you'd like. Let's see. That's 50 grams from 21. So that's about a 2.5, 2 to 1 ratio. I would leave it there, honestly. I'm not sure what beans you'll be using, but it will vary, or the speed of the coffee or the extraction will vary bean to bean, but generally it should be quite similar from the grind size point of view, so you probably won't have to change too much. If you get the machine today or tonight, use your favorite beans and try it at this setting, the grind size 18 double shot, double basket. See what happens. The coffee is smells really nice, and yeah, I think it's appropriate. 51 grams is appropriate. Next is the steaming, or you can do the cleaning while steaming. We can do it before or after. Steaming the milk, you have the option of going automatic, so selecting your temperature. Let's say I like it on 65 degrees, or let's say 60 degrees. Froth, I like the froth on level 4. Not too much froth, but not too little. Manual, you can use manual like this. Put the wand up and hold the jug. Put the wand inside the jug and press the manual and it'll start steaming. It'll basically act like a manual wand. You have to hold the jug at the right position, and you have to know when to stop. Otherwise, the point of this machine is that it's fully automatic, so just push it down. Press milk and it'll froth it. And in the meantime, you can clean the machine. Give it a good clean. Okay, that's all done. Once it stops, ooh, that's a nice creamy consistency. So the machine will automatically clean itself. Just make sure to wipe it before you push it down, because it will make a mess, and it gets really hot, of course. It gets really hot, so you don't want the milk to stay there for too long. You want to get a wet towel, wipe it from all sides, especially the under part where it gets where it touches the milk, right here. Then when you push it down, it'll purge 5 times to clean the internals, or clean really the holes. It sometimes makes a mess, so you just have to wipe it afterwards as well. So yeah, there's a bit of milk here, or milky water. Just give it a good wipe. Oops, make sure you don't burn yourself. And that's all you have to do to make a coffee on your Breville Oracle. Sorry, the video is a bit rushed. Usually I would spend a bit more time explaining about coffee and you know, not really making 2 or 3 shots to get it right, but here we are. I'm gonna use this shot for a latte. Okay. Milk on the flatter side, which is honestly where I like it. If you want more froth, just increase the level on the screen. Just cleaning everything. Of course, after the video, I'll be drying the machine and everything and putting it back in the box. But that is it for today. Let me quickly show you my creation. I couldn't do latte art, honestly, but with some practice, for sure, you can do latte art if you add more froth on the screen, or if you try to do it manually with the manual frothing technique. But yeah, that looks like a good latte. Here's the espresso I'm gonna give to my dad. Yeah, fantastic machine. Hope you enjoy. Any questions, please don't hesitate, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks, Jimmy.